Bienvenido YouTube, King of Hard Rock here, talking about getting started on GTA 5 online, whether you're a new player that needs to make money or a veteran player that made the wrong investments. A lot of new players here talking about how they bought shark cards, or they're trying to find people do glitches. Well, there's easier ways than burning your wallet or cheating in the game. There's a few steps, and here's how it goes. First off, all you gotta do is pull up your phone. You're gonna go to the job list. You can accept any heist or any setup that's available, especially if you're a new player and there's no source of income. Go ahead and do these. If you're playing with a bunch of veteran players who keep doing this a lot just for fun, just sit back, watch them how they do it. That way you can do better on the next time. If you're playing with randoms, go ahead and give it a try. You might die a few times. I recommend doing it on normal first so you kind of get the hang of it. Currently we're doing normal. We made I made $17,000 off of this. If it wasn't hard, it would be more. But these missions are actually really easy to do. Like for this one, on the prison break one, all I had to do was kill a couple guys, steal a car, and deliver it. We got it done in less than 10 minutes. It could have been done faster, but you can't really prevent stuff like that. But we all roughly made a good amount of money off of this in less than 10 minutes. And imagine doing this within a few hours, if a whole day. You'd be grinding and making a lot of money in no time. Now, the next step that we're going to be talking about, double money, double RP events. Currently, it is for the open wheel, and it's because of the new release of the Ocelot R88 and the Progen PR4. Now, I'm a terrible driver, but these cars are really fun to drive. They got great handling, great speed, and these drag races are actually really fun. If you finish these races, you could make a good amount of money in 5 minutes if you're a good racer. If not, it'll take you a little bit longer. For me, I didn't make much, as you see. I only made like 1,000 or 3,000, but the winner, he got $18,000 in like 5 minutes. So that's pretty awesome. Now, if you've been grinding hard, working for that money to make ends meet in this game, we're going to go ahead and buy you an office. Now, go to Dynasty 8 Executive. When you go to Dynasty 8 Executive, it is where all the offices are. They range from 1 million to 4 million. Cool thing about this, location does not matter. Unlike any other business, location doesn't matter. $4 million is the Maze Bank Tower. That is really expensive, but it's also the tallest building on here. Now up next, around the corner, literally not even that far, is going to be the Arcadius Business Center. It's $2.2 million and $50,000. Literally around the corner. And if you go over here, the one I own is Lombac West. I can't remember the price of it, but it's definitely overpriced for it where it's at, because I only got it because I like looking at the beach when I'm doing nothing in the game and I'm just chilling. But right around the corner is Maze Bank West. It's $1 million. Again, remember, location doesn't matter. So definitely go for the cheapest one right now. That way, once you buy it, it's easy to make that money and start working. The decor, you don't really need to work on. It adds no value. It's mainly just for your personal preference. For personnel, it doesn't really matter which gender you choose. It's all personal preference. Same thing as the organization name. It doesn't add any value, but you could make it prestige worldwide, but don't waste your money too much. Gun locker, definitely convenient because it changes. You can use that to customize your gun loadout, so that way you're not holding all those guns and trying to switch through it. You just want specific, go ahead and use that. The safe, which I learned a while ago, I always avoided buying it, but it is useless. It does nothing and adds no value. I bought it because my wife was trying to figure out if it was useful. It wasn't useful. Accommodation, probably the most useful thing for the office. If you were to buy it, it'll allow you to spawn in the office whenever you want, whether you're just getting into the game or finding a new session. It's roughly $795,000. So if you bought it, you'd be paying $1.8 million on an office, which you can easily make that money back by grinding in a day. And once you do that, the world is in your hand. Cool thing about the assistant is you can get Pegasus vehicles, you can get snacks from her, or you can get your personal vehicle. Now, the thing that I don't like about it is because I'm a hefty guy, she kind of tells me, do you really need those snacks? Because I guess she can see I'm a pretty big dude, you know what I'm saying? Kind of offended. But a little cool thing about the office is as your money progresses, there's more money around the floor. So it increases, it gets messier. You might want to fire your cleaning lady because she's not doing a really good job. A cool part about this little room is it shows you an entire map of Los Santos. Now, it doesn't really do anything besides just show you what businesses you own. There's no interaction to it. but it is kind of cool to see the model. If you go to this computer over here, this is where you get the money. Special cargo, vehicle cargo, and special vehicle work is where you can access all of this. Now, special vehicle work is where you get trademark prices for certain war stock vehicles. Vehicle cargo is where you source vehicles to sell them later, and then special cargo is where you buy crates to sell them later. Now, it ranges from small, medium, large. Small warehouses are roughly like $200 to $350,000. It's not too bad. If you buy those crates, you're definitely going to want to buy one at a time because it's not going to take you that long, and you also make the full price. If it's medium large, go ahead and buy 3 crates at a time because the sooner you make that money, the faster you'll be able to sell it. You know what I mean? So basically, time is money. If you were to purchase all those crates right away and sell them, you can make as much money as you can in a day. Now, some of these range from like, I want to say like a million? Let me see. So yeah, like 971,000 or 925,000, 1 million. They're not that much. Now, the larges, that's where you're basically burning your wallet, but they're really good to use, to like own. So this one's 3.5, and I want to say another one's like almost like 2.8. There's not that much, like, it's not that bad. And once you buy it and you work on it, you're basically just buying those crates and then selling them back. If you see over here, right there in the vehicle cargo, that's where you can buy your vehicle warehouse. So you can steal those vehicles. This is the one I recommend buying first. Don't buy anything else after the office except for this, because this, you don't have to pay for the vehicles unless you damage those vehicles. There's a few locations that you might want to be wary of. If you're like me, you don't mind La Mesa, because La Mesa, it has, vagos, right? They're a bunch of gangsters who that's like their area, right? But if you shoot a gun, they're going to come at you. But if someone else shoots a gun, they're going to come at them. So there's a few pros and cons to it. You don't want them damaging your car, so you don't want to shoot anything. But a lot of these, they don't cost that much. Like with 2.1 or 2.3, let's see, what's this one over here? 2.7. They're not bad prices. Try to avoid those 3 on the left, because there's a lot of turning around, and then you can easily damage your vehicle pretty badly. Now, I heard El Burro Heights isn't too bad from some people that I know that actually own it, so they don't have too much of an issue. Or Murrieta Heights, that as well. A lot of people don't really have too much of an issue from what I heard. But definitely for me, I recommend La Mesa because there's some perks to it. Of course, special vehicle work, those are like just normal. It's kind of like heist, but you make money and discounts off of vehicles. Now, here's my large warehouse. I didn't really work on it lately, but I bought 3 crates for $18,000, and I'm selling it for $38,000. So basically, I'm getting a $20,000 increase in income after selling it. Imagine how much I would make if I sold all 100 of them when it was full. I'll show you that in later videos. Now, another thing about these, when you're a CEO for owning office, you get to do VIP work and VIP challenges. Most Wanted pays a lot if you last the whole 10 minutes, but since my buddies died in 15 seconds, I only made $2,000, but you can definitely make a good amount of money off of these things. So another one is, let's say, VIP work, right? Actually, we just did that. So yeah, challenges. So due diligence, point-to-point courier, auto buyout, salvage, and cashing out. We're gonna go ahead and do courier service. There's a neat little trick to this. If you guys spawn a vehicle through your CEO, granted, just so you know, you only gotta pay $200 if you don't own it. But if you do own it, it's free. You just spawn a vehicle whenever. But if all your buddies are inside the helicopter or any vehicle together and you land there, you all make the same amount of money, which would be $30,000. But since they didn't have the same amount of money I did, and I had more than them, I made $30,000, and they roughly made like $6,000 to $7,000. But you can definitely, play the game in a certain way where all of you guys win the same amount of money. It's just, it's you gotta kind of learn the ropes. Another one is hostile takeover. All I had to do is take out like a couple enemies and steal a briefcase and go deliver it. Now, if you've been playing a while and you still haven't owned Stromberg, I definitely recommend owning it, mainly because there's a lot of griefers on Oppressor Mark IIs, and I've seen, a bunch of new players on Mark 1s, which is kind of funny. They try to blow me up, but this thing takes like 3 shots before it blows up. But its missiles are accurate. As you'll see here, a dude was like chasing me, trying to blow me up. The first one I missed, but the second one I got him. So then I was able to continue on my way. Granted, it doesn't have any flares or anything for countermeasures, but the missiles are pretty accurate. Once we completed this, I made $17,500. So did my buddies who were inside, who were my associates. So honestly, you could make a lot of good money on this if you were grinding, doing VIP challenges, VIP work, or sourcing and selling vehicles. Now, currently this week, you do get 50% more on vehicles. So just remember that. Now, we're going on bunkers. So a lot of bunkers you want to try to avoid, mainly like those three in the middle, because either it's too bumpy, obstacles are in the way, but a lot of the bunkers are on sale. So don't forget to go check that out. So currently this one's 2.3, but on sale it's 1.5. Farmhouse bunker, I haven't really heard much of an issue from this one, but definitely from Grand Sonora and the other two right next to it, avoid those at all costs. They may, seem like a cool deal, or they may seem, since they're in the dead center, they may be convenient. Don't get those. Now, Fort Zancudo, that's a pretty cool place. It's just a little too far. You want to get a little closer than that. It is a great price, I'm not gonna lie. Currently, you do want to avoid Paleto Bay, because that one it may be a great price and it may be cheap. It is far. You will get destroyed, especially if your buddies are getting killed and then you're having griefers coming at you and no one's protecting you, or you can't fight back. Your stuff will get destroyed. Now, a little thing about Raton Canyon. That one may seem like an interesting spot, but there's like a river. If you turn the wrong way, you'll destroy some product. So then you got to find a new session and restart it all over again, but you only lose like 30,000. If you go to mine, like at the Chumash bunker, now I think it's like, I want to remember, it's $1,075,000, and it is really close to the city. Most of my sales are actually in the city, so the sales don't take that long. You can make a really good buck if you sell at full. So bunkers, they do sell at $1,070,000. No, $1,050,000. So it's a pretty good money if they're at full. You know what I'm saying? Now with the bunkers, make sure you have at least 4 million so you can buy all the upgrades as well. These aren't upgrades; they're just more personalization. But there's actual upgrades to make your product faster. So personal quarters is a definite must. You don't need to change the style, but personal quarters is a definite must, so you can spawn there if you like. You don't need to get it. It's just a personal preference, but definitely you can spawn there. Now, shooting range, you don't need a shooting range. Gun locker, same concept as office. You don't need to own multiple ones. Transportation, you don't really need as well. But definitely these do make really good money. Once it's fully upgraded with security and all that, definitely buy your supplies. Because when you buy your supplies, you pay $75,000, and then bam, you can do other stuff. Right here, I'm selling at $280,000, so I'm gonna make $420,000. If I had it full, it would say $700,000, and then I would sell at $1,050,000. I'm selling it here because it's easier when it's at a quarter to half to sell it with two people instead of having a whole group. You can sell it with two people while your other buddies are more focused on protecting you. Similar concept for if you're selling at full, when it's almost a little over $1 million. Same concept. You want to make sure your buddies are helping you, whether they're whether they're an associate or not, or MC associate or not. But right here, I only got 2 vehicles, 15 minutes. I was able to get it done in a short amount of time because it's just one drop off. A lot of these you can actually do on your own while your buddies are protecting you from other people. Now, a cool thing about this, you do get bonuses for selling in front of enemies. It's like a 1%, I believe. But since we didn't have any enemies because everyone kind of left because I guess it was late at night. I only got the flat rate of $420,000. That is basically it so far on getting started on GTA. I will have more content on fun places to explore as well as other money making moves. But definitely please like and subscribe because gonna make things interesting in this. Alright, you guys have a good one.